Hello and good morning. Happy Supercharge Manifesting Monday. Oh my goodness, here we are another Monday. And today we're talking about fear. And I think you would agree it is pretty appropriate that we should be having this conversation. So I'm going to wait a while for a couple of you to join. Happy Monday. I got the smoky look going on and I'm not quite sure why. Let's see if we can change my lighting and if that can do anything for me here. Now I'm super bright. Nope, hang on a second. We're gonna get this right today. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see. All right, yay. Okay, so if you're on, can you say hi? Give me a shout out so that I know that you're here. Hey, Sarah, good morning. All right, I see friends joining. Happy Supercharge Manifesting Monday. And I was thinking, I was watching back, thank you, Sarah. I was watching back last week's video and I thought, every Monday I jump on and I go, Happy Supercharge Manifesting Monday. And there's so many new people in our world. It's kind of crazy that it's been 2 years now, every Monday morning since I started doing these videos. And so some of you might not even know what that means. So obviously, my name is Tasha Chen. If you're watching, you hopefully know that. And I talk a lot about manifesting. I share from my own life experiences, and specifically around money and how to manifest more money with ease and grace. And we started this every Monday morning conversation around manifesting. I thought of it as like your spiritual coffee, a place that you can come every Monday morning, jump on and just know that we're going to have some high vibe conversation. Sometimes it's not always high vibes because sometimes we need to have the conversations around what you're doing to stop the flow of ease and grace and manifesting in your life. But in general, they're very perky. And they're Monday mornings so that we can charge up the rest of the week, be inspired, be just lit up and on fire to take on the week and go create and manifest our heart's desires. So I am really, good morning, Marcia. Oh my gosh, Marcia, just so you know, we miss you. Mwah. Where have you been? And all of you, Valerie's always here. Good morning, Sarah, Deb, Camille, Nicola. Good morning. I see lots and lots of friends joining. So I want to talk about fear and how fear affects your business and your bank balance. And of course, life always gives me content. And so here's how I really came to be having this conversation. As you all know, we are being inundated with information and news about the virus that's spreading across our world right now, and also what's happening in our financial markets. And I tend to not put myself in the place of being inundated with this information. So for example, at my house, my TV does not have cable. We don't have local news channels. We literally only watch TV. Our TV is like a screen projector. We plug in my laptop and we watch Netflix every now and then, and maybe Amazon Prime movies. That's it. So I have no ready access available to the information that's spreading like wildfire, right? I know nothing. And so, I obviously, but I am alive, and so you can't help but hear clearly there is a virus being spread. Countries are being impacted, lives are being lost, and I have a mom who sends me as much information as she possibly can, and I kind of look at it and breathe and carry on. And I obviously know about the financial markets because as long as you're just walking around, you can't help but hear. But I'm not going out there seeking any of this information. And so here I went to the gym on Friday, completely in my la land, happy-go-lucky, walked into the gym, and my personal trainer, who knew that I had travel plans. I'm supposed to be in Costa Rica this entire week. My son was supposed to be traveling to see his dad. And so she knew that we had travel. And so with her loving, caring self, she proceeded to ask me if we were still going on the trip. And I said, no, I'm not going, but my son's still going. And of course, as a mom too, she became really cautious and started asking me all these questions. And pretty much she knows I don't watch the news. Like, you only need to know me for 2 minutes to know I know nothing about what's going on, right? So she knows I'm not up to date. and she very kindly proceeded to bring me up to date about everything that was going on, including the possibility that my son might not return because they might shut down internal flights, and on and on and on. By the time the workout was done, my energy was at a zero. Usually we finish working out and I stay and I do some more workout. My workout was at a zero. And here's what was really interesting to me. As I left the gym, my mind, the next thing I started thinking was, oh my goodness, my throat feels a little scratchy and my breathing feels like, oh my goodness, something feels weird. And I did go to a concert in a public place 2 nights ago, and there have been cases reported in this area. And there I was, unguarded. This new information came into my mind, and my thoughts started creating like physical responses in my body. Literally within minutes. I went to the gym perfectly fine, didn't have a sniffle, didn't have anything with my throat, didn't feel anything. And I was walking out convinced that stuff was going on inside me. And it stayed for 2 days. I literally just was so weakened, so affected, just laying around, no energy, can't do anything. And finally, I said to myself, now if that happened to me like that so quickly, because my thoughts were unguarded. See, I'm so great at protecting my energy, my thoughts. I don't put myself in situations where people can give me information. I just don't, right? Because I'm protecting myself. So here I was in an environment where I was unguarded, and it penetrated my mind so quickly that my physical body started having a response that wasn't there before. So it had me thinking about not just this health situation that we're all a part of right now, but also the financial situation, right? Because clearly stuff's going on in the financial markets. And if you're a human being, as much as we talk about thinking positive and you're in our tribe and you live like this and you live a certain way and you're on top of it, I promise that it is not possible to see all of that going on and not have it become even a little bit absorbed in your thoughts. So I'm just going to ask you this morning, like, are you willing to be with me and stand here and say, you know what, truth be told, Tasha, it's gotten to me. Like literally yesterday, me and my son were in the grocery store and I said, oh wow, look, just as we walked in, they brought in a pallet of toilet paper. And I go, oh wow, look, Sebastian, it's toilet paper. Let's get some. Let's feed the hype. I literally said that, me. And I realized and recognized for myself that as much as I was laughing and joking with Sebastian about that, deep down, I made that choice to get the toilet paper because deep down within me, I believe that fear. I believe that whole drama thing that's going on, right? If it's there or not. So are you willing to say on some level, because if we're not being willing to be honest with ourselves, then we can't create the transformation. So on some level, all of this is having an impact with you. Yes or no? Are you willing to be truthful about that? Because I know for me, I am working against it. I am doing everything, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I've been able to handle this fear and get past it. But I'm also willing to say, you know what? It's gotten to me a little bit. It has. My son didn't go on his trip. I didn't go on my trip. I stocked up on toilet paper. I went and I bought food, right? So as much as I want to tell you, oh, I'm Tasha, I think the certain way, and I'm Miss Positive, and I'm inundated from all this, like, it is so heavy energetically right now that none of us are immune to it. It is impossible to say that you're not being affected. So if we can at least start there, then let's keep talking. Thank you so much, Lorraine, Barbara, Selena, Marcia, for being willing to be honest and leading the way for everyone else to step up and say, yeah, it is. It's the truth. So here's what I do. I notice that a lot of people are, like yesterday at Walmart, there was no vitamin C, right? So we are protecting our physical immunity by taking all these vitamins and making sure that at least physically we are strong and armed and ready and protecting ourselves as best we can. But the thing that we're not protecting is our minds. And so this is what I do when I'm faced with fear. I start taking, and I came up with this, you'll love this morning. I came up with this as a way to, have a play on vitamin C. I take vitamin T. That is, I take the vitamin that will protect my thoughts, right? And for me, that's, I start really working on my thinking. So I watch myself and I watch how all the information is just out there circulating and around me, and I have to look at it all and say, am I going to think thoughts that perpetuate that fear or that person's belief or that news information or that fear, that scare, that whatever's out there? Am I going to, I hear it, it's coming at me, but now what am I going to do to protect my thoughts? Because as I told you with the example at the gym, as soon as the thought entered my mind, my body became affected. So as soon as the thoughts about the finances or, the markets or the health thing, as soon as it enters your mind, there is an impact in your physical world, period, end of story. And I think the best thing that we can do, whether you're worried about your health or your money right now, is to start taking some vitamin T. So I want you to type that, vitamin T. Let's go, vitamin T. We're going to start taking some vitamin T because we are going to be vigilant. Guard your thoughts right now with your life. As much as everyone's putting on masks and taking vitamin C and washing their hands and doing all that, nobody's talking about what you're doing for your thoughts. And that's what I want to jump on here and tell you. Let's start taking some vitamin T and start mastering our thoughts. And I want to share with you from The Science of Getting Rich. Those of you that are in our world, we love and live by the principles of this book. And it talks about everything in the physical world begins as a thought. Therefore, if you want to master your life, you have to master your thinking. And there's I'm just so amazed. People are pulling out excerpts from books that were written way back when that predicted these things happening right now, which I find so interesting. Well, I'm going to pull out my own thing that was written in 1910 as a comeback to all of it. So here we go. To think health when surrounded by the appearances of disease. For you to take your vitamin T and think health right now at this time, that the truth is you are healthy. You watching this, you are fine. Those you love, they're healthy and they're fine. To think health when surrounded by the appearances of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of appearances of poverty, or when you're in the midst of the appearance of the financial markets crashing, when you can still think health and that you are abundant, and the stock market is not your source of your money or your wealth, but the universe is, and it is not crashing. It is very much alive and using even this crazy situation to your benefit, to create even more health and more financial abundance. That is the truth. When you can think that truth, to be able to do that requires power. To be able to think health right now when everywhere you turn says there's a pandemic, there's disease, like it's crazy, we should all be scared. To be able to think that you're rich and you're wealthy and you're abundant and your source is the universe when the financial markets are crashing, that requires power. It requires an overdose of vitamin T. But those who can do that, here's what it says. But he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. He who can do that will conquer fate. He can have whatever he wants. The person who right now can look at everything that's going on, right? That they're doing their best to keep us informed about the health situation and the financial situation, and you can have it all coming at you and stand strong and say, but I'm going to think health. I'm going to think abundance. I'm going to think that my source of everything that I need is the universe. When you are able to do that, you become a mastermind. You are in charge of your fate and your destiny. You are thinking thoughts that will not have your body have a response like I did, but instead will have you feeling vibrant, feeling well, looking and saying, you know what, I'm not buying into what's happening in the financial markets. Okay, it is happening. We can't deny it, that's for sure. But I'm not going to start thinking thoughts of, oh my God, I don't have enough money, and will I have money for retirement, and what's going to happen? Absolutely not. I can tell you the people who are thriving right now in our groups, in our community that we lead and guide, are the ones who are vigilant in their thinking. They are thinking positive thoughts in spite of the appearances. I am conquering fate. You are a mastermind right now if you're able to look at all this and think truth. So here's what I want you to know. Especially, I asked you, in my email to you guys, does your fear affect your business and your bank account? And my thing that happened with me on Friday with the gym proves undeniably that if you have any thoughts of fear about, is your business going to succeed in these times? Are you going to have enough money in your bank account? If you're harboring even the slightest dose of fear, I promise you, just like my body began feeling stuff happening to it within minutes, it's going to show up in your business and in your bank account. So I'm on here this morning to give you a loving push, warning, whatever you want to call it. And I'm here to tell you this is the time to be stronger than you've ever been. I want you to be on guard for these thoughts of fear. I want you to know that if you harbor them, they will become your physical reality, period, end of story. It's the truth. So what you need to be doing right now is walking around with a constant mantra of gratitude. I am so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for my finances. I'm so grateful every day I have more money in my future than I have today. You have to be walking around, and that has to become your constant thought. Feed it till your subconscious mind is so soaked up with it that your physical reality begins to mirror that. No matter what else is going on in the world, in your world, that's what I say. I tell everybody, in my world, right here in Tasha's world, this is what's going on. So in your world, this is what you are speaking out and thinking constantly, and you will see the results of that in your life. I promise. Watch out for the fear. Take your vitamin T. And right now, especially around money, right? For all of us, money, this weekend when I went to the grocery store, I probably spent, maybe $500 on this, that, and the next thing. And my daughter's coming home. So there you go. Even more money I need to spend. And so I spent about $500 getting stuff. And I was driving home and I'm like, all I could think was thank you for money. Thank you. I have the money to be able to buy these things, right? So that I can feel safe that I have them. And I know my family has food and toiletries and all the things that they're saying we need, right? I have it, but thank you, I have the money to buy it. So right now, for all of us, money, especially our health is one thing, but money, because it says that our wealth gives us the ability to access good health. Like we're able to buy the things to protect ourselves because we have money. We're able to buy food to stay healthy because we have money. So this area of money, I think it's interesting that both are being attacked right now, our health and our money, all at the same time. Think about that. We're under attack on our minds right now. And so I want to tell you, you can self-isolate for your health, but do not self-isolate around money. This is not the time to be sitting at home alone with your thoughts. This is not the time. So I want you to type that. Do not self-isolate. It's long, I know, but I want to make sure you got it. Do not self-isolate with money. Don't do it. This is not the time to be sitting by yourself with your fears, your worries, and your concerns about money. Here's what we're doing. We are, I am so grateful. The timing of this everything is so interesting to me. I can obviously sit and connect lots of dots for you. We were intending to do our money attraction challenge in January at the start of the year. We didn't do it in January. We have it coming up April 16th. I'm sorry, it starts April 6th. I feel like there is a source that's wiser than all of us, that had all these unforeseen things happen in our business that led us to choose this date for the challenge. because for 5 days during this money attraction challenge, we are in the highest money vibration possible. And that the energy in this challenge and in this Facebook group has already begun. So if you're looking for a place to come be in high vibration right now around money, and guess what? You don't have to self-isolate. You don't have to see, touch anybody. You can stay at home and feel the energy all through your computer, your phone. You want to be in this money attraction challenge. If you're not registered, go do it. moneyattractionchallenge.com. moneyattractionchallenge.com. And if you're already registered, jump in the Facebook group. We are in there in high energy, high vibration around money, because this space that we've created, this is where we're using this time right now to amplify our vibration around money. We're not going to feed the appearances of what's happening in the stock market. We're not going to be having those conversations there. We are going to be feeding our mind with the truth that the universe is abundant and there's more money circulating right now if we choose to think and see that. Right? So I am really imploring all of you watching for your health. Yes, self-isolate, do whatever you believe is prudent for you to do to take care of yourself. Absolutely do that. Just watch your thoughts as you're self-isolating with all this. Watch your thoughts. Are you feeding thoughts of fear around being healthy? And if you are, take your vitamin T. Get back to thinking thoughts of health. And then around your money, jump on our challenge, jump in our Facebook group. If you've already registered and you're not in there, go over there. Money Attraction Challenge is the name of the Facebook group. So you can search it. Come in there, guys. Let us do the opposite of what everybody else is doing right now around money. Let us amplify our vibration. And you know what? Let's do this for our own sake and for the rest of the world. There's like 5,000 of us in there. Can you imagine all 5,000 of us on high vibration around money? I believe that the ripple effect of that will be felt not only in our communities, but throughout the world. Let's do it for us and for everybody else. Well, I love you guys. Go have an amazing week. Listen, the truth is, we are well. We are wealthy. We are abundant. We are love. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your minds. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye, everyone.